Hello, I'm Dalia Colon, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Adria Bernstein lives on Florida's Gulf Coast in the town of Indian Rocks Beach, so it's fitting that rocks are her medium of choice. Watch as Bernstein transforms ordinary stones into clever works of art she calls Witty Wocks.
Why rocks? I think it's because I'm such an outdoor person and I can appreciate looking at something so natural and looking outside of the box. That yes, that's a rock, but now I've become obsessed. And even people that are close to me say, oh, Adria, you would have died if you saw the rocks. They're everywhere. My name is Adria Bernstein and I'm an artist and I've created Witty Wocks. I started thinking of painting rocks probably, I believe it was shortly after my son was born and I was a stay-at-home mom. So I wanted to, just do something with myself that I could possibly, turn into a hobby, and the hobby turned into an actual business because I saw the reactions that my family and friends had. Basically, I start from a photograph. Then I will go to see my buddy Mike over at Boca Ground Cover. And I'll go there and he just lets me hunt for the rocks I want. He lets me just go at it, find the right rock that's gonna fit the right schnoz and the right face structure or the animal face or whatever it is that whoever wants what, or whatever I am just trying to imagine.
I've known Adria for 4 or 5 years now. She comes in, picks up her rocks, does her magic, and creates little sculptures out of them.
I will take the rocks, glue them together, and that's a skill in itself because you got to manipulate and have them held together with the glue. Then after that, I paint all the rocks. The paints that I use when I paint the Witty Wocks is an acrylic. I find that I get the easiest flow, the mixture, and it dries to exactly the way I want it to dry when I'm creating my Witty Wocks. And then I will seal them and then deliver it to the customer, and voila, el Witty Wock.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, good. So, here you go. This is your business card holder.
Oh my goodness. That is so nice.
It's your little personalized
that is
new skincare
awesome.
line. And your little scale there.
Thank you so much.
It's an eye catcher because I've never seen a business card holder like that. And it kind of just says everything that I do. Skincare, weight loss. So it encompasses my whole practice.
All made out of rocks, except for your hair. Your hair's yarn.
And I'm an artsy person, and it's very unique. So when you combine uniqueness with art, you get something magical. And it is magical. I know it should go on my desk, but for the first week, I'm going to put it in my waiting room at the counter so everybody can see it.
Whenever I work, usually at nighttime when my son's asleep, my dogs love to be where I am and they just sit by me. And for sometimes if I need a quick reference for a dog's dog nose or dog eye, I'm like, Shayna, Shmuley, look up at me. And they just look up. I'm like, oh, good, because sometimes the picture is just flat. So then I get the real thing. So they're great supporters as well. And they also help me want to give back and do for pet rescue and just having my pets makes me appreciate the pain, and if they do lose the pet, I understand that. I'm very empathetic towards that. I even get emotional sometimes and will cry with them when I deliver it to them.
Well, we had a dog pass away a couple years ago. This is a picture of him on our boat. And he was a big fishing dog, so he's sitting there on the cast net licking his chops. And Adria took this picture and then she made this sculpture. And we think it's pretty good. Dog's name was Jazz. He was a black lab. We kind of cheered up a little bit, me and my wife. Yep, he was a good dog.
My training that I've had is really just through watching and being around my mother and my grandmother. They're both extremely talented, so it's kind of in the bloodline. And I went to fashion school in Tampa, the International Academy of Merchandising Design. That's pretty much where I got to really put my creativity to really good use and to see what I had to offer. The inspiration for the Obama Witty Walk, I have to say, when he first became president, I was jumping up and down, and I said, what better way for me to try to just show my appreciation that he is our president of the United States. And I immediately went to walk and created Michelle and Barack and sent it over to them. The biggest thrill where you have tingles all over your body is when I get this huge yellow envelope by my front door. Didn't expect it. And I'm like, what's this? And I look, and it said the return address from the White House. And I screamed. I'm sure the neighbors heard me, and I ran in the house. And it was a photograph that I'm sure a lot of people have. I know reality, I'm not the only person, but the fact that it was sent to me was a huge way of showing appreciation. And then I received a postcard stating from the president, you know, thank you for the gift. And, you know, you can't get that. They didn't have to do that. So I got it. I never thought that Witty Wocks would be what it is today and what it's becoming, and I'm a true believer in working hard. You know, you can fulfill your dreams. I had a lot of people downplay it, like, Adria, you can't do this, you're a single mother, you need to focus on you and your son. Well, I've been able to do both, and if anything, I've been able to work from my home. And Witty Wocks, I mean, rocks are beautiful pieces of Mother Nature, and then to create something and make it come to life, I love that.
To learn more, visit wittywocks.com.